Okay, we're recording now. Okay, so we're doing lab time tonight. And I will show you. Let me go into your course here and I'll show you where to look. On the in Discord under, I think it put it under announcements. I turned Discord off while I'm recording because otherwise it just goes bring bring in the background the whole time I'm trying to record. So, okay, well, apparently that's just going to be rude. So, all right. So I put these under, let me share my screen with you. All right, so you'll notice under finals week, again, don't forget that you have to do your week 4 test on Monday. You'll see a folder that is new, that is the test prep guide. The written final you won't see right now because it says, as you can see here, availability item is hidden from students, but that will pop up here soon. I am just paring down the amount of questions because I don't want it to be like 250 questions, you know. That's just unfair since you already have the hands-on final you guys have to do. So your test prep guides, I made 2 different flavors, DocX and PDF for both of those. The hands-on final objectives map, and then there's the written final prep guide. So this is what the objectives map, and each one of these numbers maps out to when you look at the final, you'll notice there's like 23 points of things that it wants you to go through. Well, these are the labs where you can find that information at. Also, some of them are just super easy. So if you're like, geez, I don't want to go through that whole lab, just take the keywords and Google it. I mean, I'm not offended by you guys doing this. I am also, like I said previously, not offended about you guys getting into study groups and doing it. Fine with me, okay? Just my one big rule, do not log on to each other's machines and do the work for each other. That will get you nailed for cheating. Okay, guys, remember that. Okay, so here's your hands-on map. Then your written just goes over, I broke it out by each, like 740, 741, and 742. And then I went in and took out the little, there's like a reading preview that shows you everything that you're supposed to learn for each unit. I went ahead and put those in there so that if you wanted to know which was where, you could go in and study each of those. If you had one, say that you're not particularly sure about, then you can go in and read this dot list and figure out what you wanted. Yes, I hear you, Kitty. I think they can hear you too. And then you can do that. Now I did put the DocX out there in case you want to get in there and edit it and add your own notes. That is just fine for me. Okay, I'm going to hit stop share on that screen. Come here. There you go. Grumpy, grumpy, grumpy. Okay. Okay, now, for those of you that may not have caught it yesterday, that when I originally said that I have to wipe the VMs, with the new system, it's a little bit lighter what we have to do. So there's actually a little bit of something that you guys can do that is, yeah, German remembers. There's something you can do to save yourself some time, and I'm going to go over that with you guys tonight. We went over it previously, but it sounded like some people wanted to do that again. It is something, the thing that you have to remove is your actual VMs that are created. No, I don't want to view updates. Go away. Let me share my VPN. Here we go. All right. So in our anything where you have the Okay, so remember when we made those extra ones here in our virtual machines that we made? Any of those, yeah, leave the ISO file. That's not a problem. This is the only thing you actually have to kill. These virtual machines that you have created within your virtual machine. That's the only thing you have to take out. The section where we set up the switches, the virtual switch manager. This one, do you guys remember this? Where we did the bridge 1, 2, that stuff. You can leave that and save yourself some time, okay? So if you already have those, we're very lucky. I was super happy about this because it saves you guys some time. You don't have to delete that. You can leave that in. It's actually part of the final, but if you've already done it, you can leave it in. You don't have to redo it. Saves you some time. So those.
Quick question.
Yep.
So when we did the bridge, that was the last time we actually went into the virtual machines and none of us had the ISO file, so you just ran through it, right?
Yeah, that was that they pushed the ISO files out and we were attempting to do, that's why mine says 2019 parent and it's off. So this one I would delete on this, and anything that you have that you've made under here, like if you've been messing around, you'll have to remove that by Monday morning, because I will be going in, remoting in Monday morning and checking everyone's machines to make sure that these have been removed. And as long as that's removed, you're golden. You can start working on stuff, but you need to tell me when, if you look out there at the, let me stop the share on this. The instructions for the test guide. Let's see. All right, so one of the things that it says on there is that you are not supposed to start, quote unquote, start your final until I have checked. So you see this under the instructions here. Don't start building VMs till Anna has checked your server and given you the green light to start. So until I have told you, yes, go forth and prosper, do not start, because I will wipe out anything that's there. Okay. So be aware of that and save yourself some heartache. You'll want to remove, let me go back in and I'll reshare the screen. Yes, my goodness, you're mouthy. This one right here, under anything that's under this virtual machines, it's just named 2019 parent because that's what it was named in the lab. Technically, you could name them whatever you want. You want to hit remove server on that, and then you can do, you can create new servers and work from there. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Okay. All right, so in this section, so you guys understand. Yeah, you can start the stuff. You can name it the same. Actually, you can't. If you look at the final, it gives you everything that's named how it wants you to name it. From here, what we're gonna do is, you guys wanted to go over some stuff from lab 1. So the first part is, connecting to your lab server, to your Hyper-V. So we open up our Hyper-V manager, and then, which is under our tools and stuff. So I think hopefully we all know how to get there, because if there's anyone that doesn't know how to do their, speak now. And sorry, I'm turning my head because I'm in my office, so I have multiple screens, so I can actually read stuff and not bounce back and forth. And I just want to do everything the way it is on the lab so that it's easier for you guys to follow. So we got the open Hyper-V manager. There you go. Verify you have the following switches. And so this is where we did the Um, let's see. You had already created the switches. Now you guys can see all of the screens when I'm doing this. You can't just, sometimes when you do share screen, it'll do like one screen within the thing, but you can see like the control panel that I just opened up, right? Okay, good.
Sorry, I got up for a second. Can you go back like 10, 15 seconds on what you're doing? Just to make sure that I'm
Okay,
not
I'm
missing
just
anything.
going, I'm opening up because there was a lot of people had questions. It's just that lab 1 that we went over previously, but we didn't get to finish. So I'm walking through that one. And right now I'm going in to check the network. So you can see everything that's on there. Okay, so as you can see, even though we deleted the VMs, we still have all of our bridged stuff there. So the fastest way to get in, at least this is just how I was trained. So it's just easy for me is you go search control panel and go into network sharing center. And then you can see from there that you have those in there. Is there anyone that does not have those already? Yes, I love. You got them both. So everyone has the switches configured. I don't need to go over that part again. Okay, I'm assuming that we're all good on that. Stop, you're being a butt. Okay, so in order to create a new one, you do action. At least it should be tools, Hyper-V Manager. There we go. Of course it does. Okay, because I'm messing with mine, I'm just gonna leave it as is. You're gonna create a new one. You do action, new, virtual. I'm just trying to read exactly. So action, new virtual machine right here. Okay. And we just hit next. I highly suggest anything that says do not show this page again, you do not check right now since you're in the middle of learning. And during your final, if you check any of these boxes, you might be like, why didn't I see that screen? And panic. So don't check any of that stuff if you have it up. So click next. Your name, like this one's 2019 parent, 2016 parent, whatever you want to do. Let's do 2016 parent on this one, since I already have the 2019 parent. And we'll leave it at the default location. If you guys can see that, it should be C program, Microsoft, or program data, Microsoft Windows Hyper-V. Should be a generation 1. We'll take the base 1024. Now we've already corrected this, so we're going to select the bridged card. We'll do bridge 1. Yes, I love you. And the part that we stalled out last time was we didn't have, I think this was about the time where we were having some problems last time. So the virtual hard disk, we're going to create. That's where it should be. We're going to give it, see, I don't know if we have a specific size that it wants. Oh, stop. No, we're just going to use the generic on that one, okay? And if you have a question, because I'm going back and forth, I may not see it on text, so you may need to yell at me. So, well, don't yell at me because then you'll startle me. You know what I mean? Okay. install operating system later. And then instead of next, click finish. It'll chug along. All right, so we have our 2016 parent. Then before we power it on, we need to mount that. This is where we had the problem last time because we did not have the ISO files. So in order to do this,
Yeah, when I try and create the 2016, I get a new virtual machine wizard pop up, and it's virtual machine management service encounters an error while configuring this hard drive or hard disk on virtual machine 2016.
let me
To create.
hold on one second. Let me set it so you can share with us here. Okay, go ahead and share your screen.
I'm on I'm on my desktop, and I've got you open on the laptop.
Oh, okay. So you can't share. Okay.
It's telling me failed to create the virtual hard disk. The system failed to create C program data slash Microsoft slash Windows virtual hard disk slash 2016 parent.vhdx.
It may not have liked the name of it.
Let me just try parent instead.
Just you can name it whatever you want. It doesn't have to be 2016. Just try and name it whatever you want for tonight. Yeah, he's really good at breaking stuff. It's cool though, but that means that we get to see how to troubleshoot. So go ahead and try the. Do you want me to walk you through that wizard again, or do you think you?
For some reason, it just worked the fourth time I ran through it.
Yeah, that's kind of the lovely, fun thing about Microsoft. I always joke that they add bugs as a feature. So, okay, so I'm just looking to see here. They want us to, it looks like they want us to, give me 1 second here. And this is the problem. I do an Alt tab and because I've got different things open in the virtual machine, it tries to pop it up elsewhere. Okay, I'm still connected. You guys can still see me. All right. Yep, on window. Oh no, we don't need to do that because we already have these on. We should have these. There we go. Okay, so even though it tells you that you have to go into and map to the UNC, blah, 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 you don't have to do that. You can do go into your ISO file, right click on your ISO and hit mount. And then just click open and it'll mount that. And then you'll have, then it'll show, see how you have a DVD drive now? I was looking at that going, wait a minute. No, you didn't lose audio. I was working through, I was like, I don't think that I want them to do that. So, and I didn't want you guys to have to use PowerShell on it. So that's why I was like, I don't think we need to do these steps. So, yes, I already have it mounted. And then it looks like we'll select our, for me, it's 2016 parent, and then we'll do Action Connect. And then, let's see. I don't know if I need to. I already have that. Black window, yep, there we go. Then we can just power it on from there. You guys can see the Hyper-V window that's powering on. Yeah, I'm just trying to follow. So you guys, if you look at this stuff, it can see it.
I do have a question about creating VMs. I know in lab number 1, you have to create a couple more after this, and like the storage requirements aren't specified. If something isn't specified, do we just assume default?
Assume default, yes. If it's
Cool.
not specified, assume default. I always assume that when I'm doing stuff that someone else has written. So, oh, come on.
Sweet.
Down. Yes, shut down. Yes, I know you're having a difficult time. That's why I shut you down. There we go. And I'm also used to doing this in different steps than the way they've got them written on here. So that's why I'm having a difficult time bouncing back and forth. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not how I learned how to do that. So I'm also looking back here to, oh, and if you know, they're talking about checkpoints and stuff like that under management. Can you see where you have the checkpoints and stuff listed down here? That's down there as well. Let's see. There we go. Oh, okay. Did you guys catch what I just did? I'm sorry. I'm not explaining that. Because I didn't like the way that it was listing it in there, I did settings, right-click settings, and it brings everything up here. If you go in, you look at your IDE controller, you can add your DVD drive, and then you can add your image file right here. I don't know. Some of the stuff, the way that it's written seems more difficult to me. This is how I was taught how to do it. So we'll try it that way. Let's see. Just have to figure out which one has the actual boot file in it. Stop yelling at me, cat. Yes, I am. There we go. So just do none. Rude. Okay, there's a ton of different. Yeah, I was just looking at that. I'm like, I think I need to put that on IDE 1. So let me see if that'll just let me cancel and redo it that way. What's that one that's driving? Right. So when you guys got this to work, did you?
It's not going to let you. You still got the system running. It's not going to let you add the ISO. That's what it was telling me.
Thought I. Oh shoot! I'm sorry. I thought I shut that off. Turn off. Yes, thank you. See, and this is also why I'm used to doing stuff by myself. Oh no, goodness, stop. Settings. It's easier to do stuff like this when you don't have people watching you. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, that looks better. That's the unfortunate part when you're doing labs virtually and running with multiple different machines. Okay, so for the 2016 install, is everyone to this point? Okay. Is anyone not to this point? I should say. Do I need to wait for anybody? Because I will. Nope. Okay. All right. So next, then we will do I do like the way that she wrote the read license agreement thoroughly. Haha. So we want to select the Windows Server 2016 standard eval desktop experience. Let me scoot this over so you guys can see. So we want this one right here. Okay, so second one down. Next. And the type of, yeah, right. Blah, 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 we accept. And then in the type, you want custom. And then where to install, we'll do next. And then it should just do its thing, and it'll probably, it might restart us a couple of times, so it might boot me out, might boot you out, so just let it do its thing. But this way, at least we're on our way. And then there are there's an administrator password that it wants you to set. Pretty much anytime it wants you to set an administrator password, and this is the same password that you will need to use for your final, that MS press #1, that is the same one that you'll set for your administrator password in your final as well. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's just the one they want us to use in here, and that's also because that way I can get in and check your work. I think you should be able to. They've actually got a fairly robust back end for us now. Before, not so much. That was kind of jerry-rigged, and we had to use this because we didn't have our own VPN to get in. And so we had this thing called Avocado we had to use to get through. And I would not, even with my fiber line, I'd get in and I'd be like, click, chug, 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 click, chug, chug, chug. So I'm very glad that we don't have that problem anymore, because I can guarantee there would be a lot of swearing and throwing of things by now. Yeah, you can do 2016 or 2019, but on here, I'm just using the 2016 that's on here. If you see me shifting around, it's just because my back is sore because we have a snowstorm. So now while this is installing, yes, MS Press pound, the P is a capital P. So yeah, that is your admin password. If there are any questions about anything while we're all letting this chug along. Yes, exactly, just like that. And I will say some it will go faster on. Mine might go slower because I actually took the server that is the number after everyone else's. So I don't know if it's going via connection time or if it's going via numbers. So if yours goes significantly faster, that could be why. So that could just hang out and we'll get through this. But you'll at least get to see some of the stuff. But a lot of it really is not too bad. And there's a lot of steps in here that there are multiple ways to accomplish. That's why when the way the final is written, it's not like step one, do this, do this, do this, do this. It says this is what you need to do. And that's why there's the 23 objectives for what I'll be checking for. And like I said in the prep, I would rather you guys contact me than miss out on a chunk of work if you're having a problem. So rather than taking a 0, I will have, like I always do during finals week, I will be there 5 to 9 on Zoom, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then on Friday, I will have the 5 to 7 as well. So I will be on Zoom, hop on if you have problems. Discord, and I cannot stress enough, you guys really should lean on each other, get on Discord with Zach, make this easy on yourself, okay? I tried to give you guys as much leeway as I could by splitting this instead of going with a pure 30%. And so hopefully that'll reduce some of your anxiety as well. Yay, updates. We're thinking about it. And if you're impatient, like I usually am, you can hit restart now. Everybody's doing okay on this so far? No errors? Questions? None so far. Good. I have an eyelash in my eye. Or you're going to sit up as far as possible and give me the kitty stinky glare? Okay.
Sorry, I was away from the laptop not making, but wife prepped dinner before she went to work, so.
Oh, good. So you can actually have something to eat. Good. And I hope you guys know I never care if you're eating while you're in class because you usually keep your mics. As long as you're not eating with an open mic and I have to hear, no, then I'm okay. Yes, yes, I'm going to ignore you. Restart. There we go. So is it snowing like crazy over with you guys? It's not right now, but it was earlier. Because of where I'm located, they're always like 4 to 5 inches, then I'll get like 6 inches. It's just because I'm right up against the base of the hill. Okay, so this is where we are. And this is where we want to make sure we're selected into the right window.
Mine is still trying to catch up to you guys.
Okay. So we should get to the Control-Alt-Delete screen. And there is a, I don't know if you see this in the upper left-hand corner, right under File, there's a little button that you hit that does your Control-Alt-Delete. Then you can let it think some more. Yes, the Tetris button. It really does look like that. Yeah, I'm not too far away from Pebble, and I suspect they're going to get hammered over the weekend. Different type of hammered. I'm just going to say yes on that. I'm waiting for it to open the server manager. It's just taking its time. I don't know. There we go. Apparently it was just waiting for me to click on something. There we go. All right, so on the local server, we will look for you'll see on the right-hand side, you'll see select a local server, and then in the right pane, you'll look for the set time zone. Let's see. All right, so there's the time zone. You guys all see that? Thinking, there we go. Change time zone. We do not want Pacific. Ooh, we could set it to Chihuahua, La Paz, or Mazatlan. Nope, Mountain Time. Now adjusted, but for some reason it's still saying that. But
It adjusted. You just got to click the refresh up top.
well, that would make sense. Yeah, then it's going to take half an hour for it to refresh. No, it didn't work. It's still Pacific. No, it's going to refresh again. Thinking about it. There we go. All right. Okay. So we are going to go open sysprep. Okay, this is under Windows, System 32. Sysprep. And then run sysprep, this thing right here. And you don't have to do it as run as administrator, but this is just usually what I do. So it gives it a little bit better. On here, we want to place a check mark under generalize. In the shutdown or the shutdown options, we want to select shutdown. Do I want system out of box? Yep. All right, so it should look like this. Oh, sorry, it's under local C in there. It's C Windows System 32 sysprep. Yep, just like German has it. Oh, it's either escape or is it F11? That might help you get out of that full screen, Mike.
You can also put the cursor over the little bar where the bar would be in the top and it'll appear.
Okay, I'm just waiting just so that we have, because it sounded like there's some people that were catching up. Is most everybody to this point? Is anybody still catching up? Okay, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit okay.
All right, guys, congrats, final's done.
You what?
I was making a joke that that's all the skills final was.
Ha 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 ha. Step one is done. No, it's not even through step one, but very funny. This is why you have like a week to do it.
I thought that was because when we inevitably, or I should say, I inevitably break something, then that way you can go in and have reset it all.
There's also that. There's a little tiny bit of buffer time in case you break stuff. Yes. Okay, so next it wants us to mark the VHD as read-only and delete the VM. So we will go in. Okay, on here to see users, public documents. Is it public documents? Assuming public documents. Yep. Hyper-V. Continue. Virtual hard disks. Okay, and the one that I'm working on is the 2016 parent. There are the properties. You guys follow me so far? Do I need to slow down? That is the problem I have when I go through some of these, is I go too quickly.
This is the file service, not from the Hyper-V, but from the just the
On what on
remote to,
log
on
in.
the. Okay, so let me make sure I got this right, because so seed group, uh, C group,
Here, I'll type the
users,
path in.
public. Well, the reason I think I might have it wrong is, or at least something's up with mine, is because mine, there's nothing in public documents. Let's try this again. This PC.
That's where you should be looking for. And this is not on the 2016 parent that you just created. This is on your actual, just your VM that you're working in. That's where you should find the 2016 virtual hard disk.
Yeah, I got nothing. I get to users, public documents. There's nothing in my public documents.
Where is it saving your Hyper-V files? Do me a favor and to the trash bin. Go and search in, it's probably in users, just go all the way back to users, and then to type *.vhd. And see if it'll show where it is.
Yeah, I got nothing.
And that's on your main machine. You do actually have Hyper, like 2016 parent or anything else on there?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I have the Hyper-V manager or the Hyper-V server 233 up. It's got the 2016 parent.
But you're not showing that that's new. It might have did you check and see make sure it doesn't, for some reason it's not hiding it? Go into your view options and click on check your hidden items. We hit file name extension so you can see that. No, we're changing the properties of the VHD. We're just having a problem because Stevens doesn't apparently want to save it. So
All right,
so
can you give me
what we're doing for everyone else is we're going we're looking for me it's the 2016 parent, whatever it is that you've named yours. Right click, go to properties and hit that check mark on the read only and apply that. Oh, this is just talking about how to do cloning. All right, so this is the reason they're doing the read only is that way you can delete it out of your Hyper-V manager. And yeah, you right click, go to properties, hit that read only, and then you can delete it out of the Hyper-V manager and put it somewhere for cloning. We're actually on step it's E out of step 2. E is where we were, and then create a VHD and a VM for DC01. And then we'll walk you through that too. But Stephen, are you yeah, change it to read only. Are you able to find yours, Stephen? Have you been able, can you find them at all?
nope.
Just try and do a full search of your local disk for anything with that. Oh, I'm sorry, VHDX. I'm sorry, not VHD. So star.vhdx.
Doing that now.
See if it finds it.
I got no matches.
Okay, that's an issue. I will have to remote in and take a look at your computer because I do not know what it, do me a favor and do a restart on your VM and see if it'll pop it up then. Okay, so for the rest of y'all, it wants us, what we're doing is
Sorry to interrupt, but another option you can do is go into the Hyper-V manager, then click on like the 2016 parent, and I think it's Hyper-V settings. It should show his path of where that document's saved at. So, mind if I share my screen real quick?
Yeah, I've got it right here. If you go into the settings and under hard drive,
Yeah.
see where mine is at. Can you do that, Stephen?
Yeah.
You probably
Programmed,
already hit restart, so I'll go ahead and when it gets restarted, let me know. So for everyone else, before we delete that 20, it wants us to create a folder in virtual hard disks named parent. And and then it wants us to move that VHDX to parent, but don't do that yet. That's just what we're going to be doing in a second. I just want to make sure we can get Stephen back in and get his working. I want to put that one on. I'll leave that one on so you can see what that path looks like.
I don't even have permission to follow where the files go.
Try instead of actually clicking. So you have to Hyper-V Manager open on the
Yes.
right-hand pane. There's a Hyper-V settings. Try clicking that.
Yeah, he's talking about this right here.
Yeah, I have that open. I saw the path and I attempted to follow it, and yeah, it literally just told me virtual hard disk. You don't currently have permission to access this folder.
Okay. Have you opened the virtual hard disk folder? And did it tell you? Because mine, when I originally opened it, it said, you know, you need to have access to this, and I just clicked OK, and it won't let me go through.
Okay, I'm
see
going
that?
back in. Going back in now. All right. 2016 PA, 2016 parent.
Is it bringing it up for you now?
Yes, it brings up little or 3 hard disk image, one with 2016 PA, one with 2016 PA parent, and 2019 parent.
So whichever one you just created that you were using, probably whichever one has the largest size, because mine, as you can see, the one that we just did has the larger size than the one that I deleted previously there. Right click on that and go into properties and make sure that the read only is selected.
All right, good.
Okay, all right. Then in this virtual hard disk folder, create a new one named parent. Make sure that you have that read-only properties thing applied before we go to the next step.
Okay, good.
All right. Then we're going to delete this out of here. Yes. And then we're going to move this into the parent folder.
What were we deleting out of where? Sorry.
I delete out of your parent, whichever one you were doing, the 2016 PA parent, whichever one, out of the Hyper-V Manager, and then drag your VHDX into your parent folder you just created.
Are we doing that for both of them or just the 2016?
Just the 2016.
Okay.
I'm leaving the other one there.
Okay, I am good.
Okay, so next it wants us to create a VHD and VM for DC01. So in order to do that, we will go into the Hyper-V Manager, do Action, New, Hard Disk. And we have our Before We Begin window, click Next. And then VHDX in the disk format, so it should be already selected. Click Next. Instead of dynamically expanding, we want differencing. So that's the bottom one. Click next. Then we want to name it. Let me just scroll up here, DC01. On here. Next. Let me make sure I'm not missing differencing DC01. And then we'll have to go in and select that one that we just moved. And then click finish. Okay. Everyone through that one? Mine didn't ask me for the ISO. I just asked for name. Yeah, I may have accidentally skipped a step though. Control. Yeah, okay, so I'm not the only one that did that too. Okay. All right, so we have DC01 right there. All right. The way these instructions are written are a little bit you're fine, Stephen. And it looks like it wants us to create a basically a clone. And Active Directory DHCP. Yeah, they look a little light on the instructions on these though. That's so. From here, you can do a new. Just we already did that. Then create your VM. Okay. And this is, I'm just checking to see what this does. You don't have to follow me on this. You mean in this one? No, this one I was just checking something. It's not part of the instructions for here. I think they actually want you to create a just like new virtual machine, and then you can let's see. This one they wanted. Apparently my new block is not on for this. Oh, that's another problem. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. When you bounce back and forth between VMs and Windows, sometimes you have to hit new block back and forth because sometimes it'll show as not popping up. Does it want us to be created too? Okay, so I don't know if you guys caught that. I'll go back because they really shortchanged us on the instructions on this one. But so we created our hard disk first, and then we're creating the let me cancel out so you guys can see that. Then we're creating the new VM. So action new virtual machine, DC01, Gen 1, and this one needs more memory. So 2048. And we're going to use the bridged. And then instead of using the create virtual hard disk, we're going to use an existing one. And we'll use that DC01. That
Sorry, what bridge are we using?
well, I just put it under bridge 1.
Okay.
So we're using the existing hard disk DC01 that we just created. And then finish. Just making sure. Then
Sorry to interrupt again, but whenever I go to, so for location, I select browse, I go to that parent folder and nothing shows up.
for your the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, for this one, did you hold on? Let me go back in here. No, I don't want that one. There we go. Action new virtual machine.
I just got updates are available. Required updates need to be installed.
Oh, that's just rude. Okay, I'm just gonna Gen 1, make sure that make sure you're selecting that use, that second one. Use an existing virtual hard disk. Is that what you selected?
Oh no, I didn't.
Because you don't want to create a virtual hard disk because we're using one we've already created.
Yep, I see now. Thank you.
Okay. Was everyone able to create that? Okay. So that's how you check that. And then let's see, do we need to enable replication? We already created the disk and we created the VM to use the disk. Okay, so it just wants us to clone DC1 and Back of the clones, yes. I'm just making sure it actually brings up what it's supposed to. Remember, each one of those points, I'm being pretty fair on them. Each one of those things is 10 points apiece. So make sure that, like I said, if you can't remember something, or if you're having a hard time with something, it's better to ask than to completely flunk a section out. Is there extra credit for crying? No, but I will put extra credit in the written final to help, just so you guys have that. We actually match. Yeah, when you get those boot failures, give it a try and see if it'll let you in. And again, try and reboot. Okay. And there we go. CSAT local, yes. I'll wait for that server manager to pop up. Twiddle my thumbs, think about hold music. There we go. Or I could just sit there. Yeah, that too. Yes, I hear you, kitty. Trying to find the non-PowerShell way to do this so you guys don't try to throttle me. No PowerShell. Thank you. So they were talking about adding Active Directory, and I'm just trying to, there, you can do it through PowerShell. Yeah, I'm in roles and features. I just want to make sure that I give you the exact right one. So we want to do select server from server pool, which should be the only one that we have here. And then you have all of our fun little things that we can do here, and we want the Active Directory domain services. And then I think all we need to do is just add features. I prefer to look stuff up so I don't tell you guys the wrong thing, so that's why. And then I think we have to do .NET. We'll probably ask this for that in a second. Yes, it does. In order to do that, you need .NET, which it automatically should be adding. And then we'll click next. Blah, blah, blah. Next. Make sure it has all this stuff listed down here. Install. Pretty much everything that you have, unless you're using PowerShell, comes from that add roles and features wizard. Not everything, but a lot of it, you can find it under there. And I thought I had turned off Discord, but I think I just heard it chirp at me. There, that's better.
Jen's having issues.
Jen, what's going on? What are your errors that you're having? What section are you at?
I still can't get the DC01 to boot. It's not booting up for me.
Okay. Let me stop share. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Or will you be able to share if I put it on multi-person so I can see your window? Yes, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so okay, that looks good. All right, go ahead and click connect and start, and I just want to see what it does. I absolutely 100% believe you. Sometimes it's, as a tech, it's just better to watch while it's doing stuff so I can get an idea. Okay, so it's not finding the hard drive. Go ahead and hit power off. Yep, the red one. And hit close. Let's just go ahead and close all the way out of it. Right click on that. Yeah, make sure it actually turns it off. And then right click on it, and let's go ahead and just delete it and restart. All right, and then there you go. Name that whatever, DC1, and next. Generation 1, next. 2048 for the memory. Next. And then let's do bridge 1. Next. Okay, and then click use instead of that one, hit the next one down, use an existing virtual, there you go. Browse, then DC1. Next. Finish. Okay, now let's go ahead and try to start that up. Yes. Am I talking to people that are not you? I'm sorry. So rude. And then we'll cross our fingers. Okay, it's possible that when it got cloned, we didn't create the, go ahead and shut that down. I also, maybe we can check the boot order as well. Click on the settings. It should be, oh no, that looks good. All right, go ahead and delete that again, and let's recreate the, let's go, if you could open your parent folder so I can look at it. Okay, that's what's going on. That one didn't create correctly. Delete that DC01. It looks like it's not selecting that. There we go. Okay, leave that there. And then go back to your HV manager, then do action, new, hard disk, perfect, you know right where I'm going. Click next. Yep, that one. Next. Differencing, not dynamic. Next. Then browse. There you go. No, let's not put it in parent. Let's just leave it right there. Hit select folder. Yeah, leave it right there. Click next. Hit previous. And oh, that's right. It wants the, okay, yeah. Double click on parents. Name and location of the hard drive. Specify, give me 1 second, don't click anything yet. Go pick cancel. Sorry. Specify name and location of the hard disk file. So that, okay, this is where it wants it saved. Click browse. And click on virtual hard disk. Yeah, click up one. Perfect. Then click select this folder. That way we don't have that one. And click next. Then click browse. And this is where we need to find the, double click that. Double click the 2023 parent. There we go. Click next. Perfect. Click finish. Okay, now let's try making a new virtual machine. Okay, next. DC01. Next. Yep, Gen 1, 2048. Next. And then we'll do, yep, perfect. Yep. And then use existing, sorry about that. Then browse. And then we want that DC01. Perfect. Open. Next. Yeah. Okay, finish. All right, now let's try to give it a start. Cross your fingers. Ah! I think we may have it. Perfect. Okay, and then it should ask you to, for your settings and to reset your password like you did the other one. I highly suggest the question on here that about getting together on Discord, that you guys do get together on Discord. Let me share my, where's my, there's my VM. Okay. All right, so I went in and installed Active Directory Domain Services. And I think it wanted us to do, there was something else I need to do. Yes. And DHCP. Okay, do you remember me talking about, because I didn't put a static IP address? Brr, okay. Do you remember me talking about if you get that thing, you can go on anyway, but you probably shouldn't? Yeah, don't. I'm just looking to see which one it wants us to do for the. Does it have a static IP address it wants us to do? No, because that would be helpful. Okay, well, you can see where we're going with sorry, we're running out of time here. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday. I suggest you use as many days as you can to work through.
Quick question.
Oh yeah, what?
The class Zoom meeting area or whatever, that even when you're not in it, we can get into it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we could
You
also
guys
just use
should have access to everything in there.
Okay, that was what I was gonna ask, because if someone can't make it, we could obviously come in here, and if we have the privilege to start the recording, then we could create a recording from that and then share it on Discord.
I made sure that all of those student rooms, that you guys, all the students have access to those rooms. You can go in there 24/7. The only one that I think has slightly different is the one that's Zach's tutoring room. And you can get into that, but I think there's like some management aspects on there that you won't have access to that Zach does. So, but the student rooms, you should be able to go bananas on. So. Yeah. Yeah, the real world, more vague answers. Well, usually in the real world, what they do is you get a list and then they tell you make it work. And that's about all you get. And I hate to say that because that's usually what happens to you if you work in networking. So I went ahead and installed DHCP on this one, and then you can install, you can set your IP address, static IP address later. It's a lot of Googling. In fact, pretty much every tech job I have ever done has been, congratulations, you have the job. And if you're really lucky, you get a mentor. But usually it's congratulations, you have the job. And you just kind of have to sink or swim. So yeah, you can do in person, you can do, yeah, if you don't know how to Google, then you're sunk. But finding the resources and finding, like right now, you're finding your teammates, your people in your class. Zach, you can Discord and ask me questions. I can't go in and do it for you, but you can ask me questions. So remember that. I can't say, well, this is exactly how you do it, but I can say, well, if you Google this page here, it might help you find the answer. So remember that. I can't do that on the written final, but I will make the written final like I have the others, where I'll give you 2 tries, and it is going to pull random questions from the various sections. I'm just making sure to pare down so it doesn't try to pull every single question ever that it can. Don't get Chat GPT. You can if you want to. I don't think it's going to do anything for you on this one. I'm only good at math if it's applied to programming. I don't know why, but if math is not applied to an actual process, I suck. I am not good at theoretical math. My brain just is like, I don't see the point of this. Why are you making me do this? So yeah. So yeah, as you can see here, it says, okay, you've done these things. Now you need to configure them. But the problem is in here, it doesn't really give us a whole lot of information. However, if you look in your final, it does. So that actually has more, I'm gonna cancel that, information at least on it. But you can at least see where you go to install. And then as you can see here, because it talks about in one of them, hint, hint, you need to make it into a domain controller. See where that little nice thing that says, hey, promote this server to a domain controller. Hint, hint. And then complete DHCP configuration. So that's the nice thing about these new versions of server. It walks you through a lot of the stuff that you need. We were on, shoot, hold on. Let me stop sharing because I need to get into the, I was on the very, very bottom. 5. I had just gone in, and because it said it wanted us to do Active Directory and DHCP. So I was just installing Active Directory and DHCP for that. So that's what I was showing you there, was how you get in and do that. Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of people that are panicking. It's really not as bad as it looks. It's broken out a lot, but a lot of the stuff that it's asking you to do, if you look at it, there's a lot of steps that show you how to do things. However, Google is also your friend, because you can go, hey, I want to know how to do blah, blah, blah. And I will say one thing, tell it for Windows 16, for Windows 2019, tell it what version you want, because the directions are different for different versions of server. So remember that. Okay, we're running out of time here. So questions? That's what allergy eye drops are for. And you know, I will say this skills final is probably more rough than, I enjoy the forensics one personally, but that's just me because I'm a forensics nerd. So that one does have a skills final, but I think you guys will really enjoy that one. That one we use labs, yeah, 1 through 15, yeah. So a lot of them are in there. You'll see multiple labs referenced, because that's like, you need to do this. Well, there's pieces within multiple labs on how to do that. However, if you don't want to, yeah, it's kind of like a bump up version of the live labs, basically. But if you're like, hey, I want to know how to do this in a more direct fashion, you can say, like, say, I'll give you an example. Go into content, I'll open our hands-on final. And hold on one second here. Just looking for a topic that'll be easy enough for us to search. Okay. Okay, so let me share the screen with the final on it. Yes. And we'll zoom it in so you guys can actually see it. Is that better? I think it's got it on the wrong one. Hold on. There. Is that better? Can you see the whole thing? Okay. All right. So you see what I mean by objectives? I mean each one of these little numbers out here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, blah. So when it's talking about DHCP, we just went in and you saw how we did, how you can install DHCP. When it says domain controller, you saw that little thing that I said hint, hint, and it had changed this into a domain controller. Now, if there's something, say, that you want to know how to do, like this one, install the schema management snap-in, then you're like, okay, I don't want to go dig through that particular lab. Go out to Google, type in No, stop. I don't want you to install an update now. Type in install schema management snap in. And then what type of server you want. Let's do server 2016. Oh, I said 2016, not 2019. Thank you. Let me share my screen that shows this. And I'm just showing you how I made it through some of my stuff. So, so you have, I would avoid some of the ones that say sponsored. Usually they're just ads and stuff. But there are like O'Reilly. There's this one's registering Active Directory schema in MMC Snap-in. And then, you can go in and look and, okay, this is how we do this. And go away. And if it's not quite what you want, there's a ton of different ones that you can go in and look through. Like this one down here, I know we talk about FSMO later on, how to transfer FSMO roles. So you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so let me stop share there. Are there any questions on how to look for stuff, how to help yourself through this? Before I let you guys go, no, I don't want you to back my stuff up, Microsoft. Now, Skills Final is not due until midnight Friday. You will start, Monday is just when you can start. So I need you guys to let me know when I can go in on Monday and delete and make sure that all your stuff is deleted. Like I showed you guys when you went in and we deleted those VMs, and I will go in and check your saved VMs and delete those too. Just be aware of that. If you have a reason, well, I'll just say that I'm not going to let you keep the saved VMs just because it's a possible cheating issue. However, you can save and do your Nick card stuff 10 ways to Sunday right now, and those are savable, and that'll save you some time. So if you want to do that now, that's not something I'm going to mess with. It's the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and look at your VHDX, the VHDX files, and make sure those are cleared.
It sounds like we're all just going to be getting together Monday. So
just let me know, you guys, what time I can go in and check to make sure that you guys will have them deleted. That's all I need to know. And then as long as you get the green light from me, then that you guys can go ahead and start hammering away. Then go forth and prosper. And then on the if you saw on the final, it says, hold on one second. Open notes, individual work. And then, you have everything in there. Then email me when you're done and you're ready for me to go log into your VMs and let me look through and grade your work. So I will not, after I've cleared everything, I will not go into your VMs until you tell me, hey, I'm done. I want you to go in and grade my work. Okay. Okay. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any other questions? Like I said, I suggest you hit Zach, you hit Google, you hit each other up for help. Help each other out on this one, guys, okay? I fully expect you guys to help each other. All right, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording.